Hello, my name is Mitchell Weber, and this is my field observation summary video report for the spring of 2012. For the first section, the general observations and narrative, I noticed that in my first school, the elementary school, was not in the best of condition. It was not in the best neighborhood either. It was located right off of the interstate, so anywhere on campus you could see cars driving along the interstate. And it wasn't in the best neighborhood either, though. It was pretty open to the public, so pretty much anyone could walk into campus without any hesitation. There wasn't that much security. The classrooms on the inside, though, were pretty welcoming, and they were pretty comfortable to be in. The teachers did a pretty good job at creating a hostile environment. The second school, the middle school that I went to, was very impressive, very comfortable to be in. It was very organized. 3 buildings were the main buildings of the school, divided by 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and each building had 2 floors. It was very organized. The classrooms on the inside, the teachers did a good job at showing their personality within their classrooms. The teachers that I witnessed in the middle school seemed overall to be very organized and into their topics. But within both schools, I noticed that most of the teachers were all middle-aged Caucasian women. With the second section, the analysis conclusions, I noticed that some teachers in the middle school seemed to allow their students to push them around a little more. I thought this was maybe more of a trend in the middle schools than in the elementary schools. I just noticed that in the middle schools, the teachers allowed their frustrations to get the better of them more. And I thought that maybe they allowed their students to kind of challenge them or push them over, and they seemed to have a little less control of the situation. But overall, I would say that they still had pretty good control of their students. I tried to find several aspects in every classroom that pertained to my research question, which was on multicultural education. And it was, do the teaching methods, texts, and activities include the cultures of all the students in some way? I noticed that various artworks displayed on the walls and the teaching styles displayed by the teachers. There was a lot of artwork, like animations, cartoon animations, that incorporated all the diversities of like Asians, Native Americans, African Americans, Caucasian students, African American students. I tried to examine if the teachers seemed to favor a certain group of students over others, and I didn't really notice it. There's only one classroom that I noticed that all the cartoon animations on the walls and motivational posters were of all the Caucasian students, no other type of student. Aside from that, it was pretty diverse, though. None of the teachers seemed to be favorable of any other group. All cultures of students on one of the posters was represented by a male African American and Asian and a female Caucasian and Hispanic student. And they were all like huddled together, and it said, "You can achieve whatever you want together." I thought that was pretty good because it showed, several diversities. In the third section, the conclusion and reflection, I noticed that the findings that I found turned out to be pretty much what I expected. I had not really originally anticipated that there would be much segregation of any form of favoritism in the classroom, because I figured that through time it's gotten pretty much better. And my assumptions were pretty much supported by the book, because it does say that throughout time these issues have gotten better and they subsided a little bit. And I feel that the book is merely presented with us to give us the tools necessary to know how to deal with a situation in which there may be favorability to certain cultures. It gives us the tools to, show us how to create an environment that's very comfortable to our students so nobody feels left out, and also so that if the topic of favorability ever comes up into play in our classroom, that we don't allow it to be shown and we don't allow our favoritism to get the better of us. My biggest surprise was the amount of Caucasian female teachers in the schools. The amount greatly outweighed the amount of male or African American teachers, or female African American teachers. I wondered why this was, and I had a feeling, I just had a guess that maybe it's because since middle-aged Caucasian women were the stereotypical teacher, that maybe that they were hired more often because it raised the outlook or the reputation of the school. I definitely learned that you should incorporate several cultures into your classroom in order to create that friendly environment. I noticed that in one of the classrooms, a science classroom, there were animals from several different countries like Africa, Asia, Europe, and the kids seemed to really enjoy it, and they felt very comfortable in there. And I thought, like I said, that poster with all the cultures of the student, that motivational poster, I thought that was a great example as well. And I think that all of these tools can really help me in my future classroom, and I really hope that I'm able to incorporate all of these so that I have a very multicultural classroom as well.